Hello and welcome back to the Monsters of Monster Hunter Double Cross, where today we're fighting something that we can't fight in any non-buggy quests and that doesn't have much HP, so we're gonna have to try and make it last. So, Bulldrome, that's what we're doing today. So for this quest, my strat is going to be get rid of the buggy aspects and then just focus on the Bulldrome. And we'll go ahead and leave the Bulldrome mostly to its own devices. Unfortunately, Bulldrome, like more than just about any other monster, doesn't really have much in the way of moves. It's got run forward and it's got shake head around. And that's basically its moveset. It also has like 3 HP. So we're really going to have to try and stretch this if we want a full episode out of it. And the other quest that's got a Bulldrome is even buggier than this one, so hopefully we won't have to do that one. Okay, we found the bugs. Like, it might not be a bug. Maybe it's just that the setting for this quest is supposed to be that the mountain is way colder than usual, so the air itself can freeze you and whatnot, but it's not really well communicated in game. Because, I mean, this is definitely a Bulldrome-only quest. Hopefully we'll be able to get rid of these bugs soon so that we can just focus on Bulldrome. And I've got some stories about Bulldrome. And they're not all just, hey, did you know that I really super hate this thing and wish it never existed? Because it is true that I really super hate Bulldrome and wish it never existed, but we'll talk about that more once we actually see it. Okay, looks like we've gotten rid of most of the bugs. Now we just need to get rid of the ground carving bug. At least it's one of those positive bugs where you get something out of it. And there's our target. Charging into screen. So, thing about Bulldrome. It was basically designed to be an annoyance, more than an actual for reals monster. It is one of the earliest tier monsters that you can fight in any game it's in. I don't know why I even painted this. It's not hard to follow. Like, Freedom Unite, Bulldrome appears as one of the first large monsters you can fight. And it makes sense, because it's only got basically the 2 moves. Run forward and shake head around. And, like, yeah, that's all there is to it. But then they realized, hey, a monster that just heedlessly charges you regardless of what's going on, that's a real annoyer, and it makes you have to worry about how you approach fighting other monsters. I mean, you can at least make the case for that. That's got to be why Bullfango exists. So Bulldrome is, let's take Bullfango and make them big. that's the whole monster. They didn't give it much more HP either, so you can usually get rid of it fairly quickly. But it's just so annoying. And like, I use hammers in Freedom Unite because I like hammers. And I'm not gonna lie, the first time I played Freedom Unite, a Bulldrome was the first monster that killed me. Because I was like, okay, I gotta hit it in the head. So I'd go up to it and start trying to smack it in the head, but before I could really get my hammer down, it would be charging at me again, because it's a Bulldrome. But, yeah. Once I got the hang of it, it never posed a threat on its own. This is a monster that's only really threatening when it has other monsters in the area, because then you want to focus on them, but then this little jerk is constantly harrying you with its dashes. Its constant dashes. And then in high rank and G rank, oh, it doesn't just dash in a straight line. Now it can turn. It can do figure eights if it wants. It doesn't have to stop if it doesn't want to. Like, it's just... They took a monster, elevated it to annoyance status, and then put it in a whole bunch of quests specifically to be an annoyance. Like, most high-level, high-rank deviants in this game will have a Bulldrome friend at some point. Just because it can annoy you. And said Bulldrome friend respawns, because otherwise it wouldn't be a threat, because it's got almost no HP. And when a monster's major threatening nature is just in its ability to distract you from another monster or punish you when you don't pay attention to it, and like, it's so simple and so dumb, and I hate it. I hate Bullfangos too. Just anything that exists purely to make it so that, oh, you have to deal with this before you start dealing with the regular monster, otherwise you might get yourself killed because these little jerks decide to interrupt you at an otherwise good moment. Like, they can create bad moments for you because, oh, you take a hit at the wrong time and now you're in the path of the monster you actually care about. I get that that's an interesting gameplay moment, but the fact of the matter is that when it's something that you can get rid of so easily, it just feels like the right answer is to get rid of them right away. And then you'll have basically no problems. It removes the threat. And yet, if you don't do it, the threat is alarmingly huge. So, yeah, it's just the right decision to remove the threat. There's a little bit of danger in working to remove the threat. Like, sure, you're taking your attention away from the big monster to work on the little guy for a little while. Oh, he has decided that he doesn't want to stop. Finally, we got to see that. So yeah, the time you spend working on this is time spent not giving your full attention to the main monster. But when you're fighting only this guy, I mean, I haven't taken my weapon out, and I haven't dodged either. I've just been running. So you can see, it's not a huge threat. I've taken, what, 2-3 hits? Total. So yeah, I don't like Bullfangos. I don't like Renoplos. I loathe Bulldrome. Just the fact that it exists bothers me. And unlike all of the other monsters with Drome in its title, other than Cephadrome also doesn't, Bulldrome doesn't pay any attention to any of its underlings. It doesn't care whether or not there are Bullfango. It will never call more. It will never order them around. Whereas, I mean, I guess in the older games, the other dromes didn't either. But nowadays, a Velocidrome can call in Velocipraise. A Gendrome can call Genpraise. An Iodrome can call Iopraise. Even a Blangonga can call Blangos. And it did that way back when. But Bulldrome, nope. It's just got two things it does. It charges and it shakes its head. And I don't even mean that head shake. That head shake's just a taunt. Its actual attack head shake turns almost its entire body into a hitbox, which is another thing that I just hate. Whenever a monster's whole body is a hitbox, even parts that aren't actually being used in the attack, it's dumb. Yeah, Bulldrome is just... It's not a good monster concept. It's not a good-looking design. It's just Bulldrome. And they've brought it back so many times. And it really doesn't deserve any of it. Is it gonna root around for some food? At least we get to see that. Or are you just sniffing? Gonna do more than just sniff? Gonna actually root around? Alright, you found some mushrooms. Good job, Bulldrome. They're gone now. Yep, there's the head shake attack. What an attack it is, right? It's basically... Bulldrome's attacks are all just, hey, don't approach me from the front. And the head shake is also, hey, don't approach me from the side. Yeah, this isn't a monster that poses any real threat by itself. And even when it's not by itself, most of the threat is still the other monster. It's just Bulldrome can create opportunities for that monster. And, like, you can kill it as fast as that. It's not a great monster. I will never see Bulldrome as a great monster. It's just an annoyance that they have elevated to large monster status. It doesn't deserve it. It shouldn't exist. It's representative of a gameplay concept that I find not good. Anything that's designed basically to annoy the player shouldn't exist in a game that's meant to be fun. That's my thinking here. Like, sure, it wasn't designed to be annoying, but that's how they've used it. It's used to make you have to pay attention to something else or get punished. But if you're paying attention to it instead of the other monster, then you're going to get punished harder. So it's a challenge of splitting your attention well. But, like, the way they just shove it in quests with other much more dangerous monsters as a fixed monster that's going to be there every time and that respawns, it really feels like they're just using it as an annoyance. And hey, we got a gold crown for a monster that wasn't even in the quest. Yeah. Screw you, Bulldrome. May you never come back. And that is it for this episode. Join us next time when we fight a much better fanged beast in the form of Quechahuacha. See you then, friends.